Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Kiva here today, and today we're going to be doing our June book wrap up. And I did 10 beautiful books. I tried different authors, touched books that have been on my TBR list for such a long time. Now, without further ado, let's get into these books. First book I read for June was Claimed by a Blue Eye Menace. And this was following the story of Parker and Shooter. Parker is a part of the underworld. She is, one of those daughters. Her father is setting her up to marry to a guy from a knight's family, and she was not too happy about it. It turned out that the guy that she was supposed to get married to died, but the father for the guy that died, he gave her the second son. Now the second son is Shooter, which is second in command, the person that cleans up everything. He is the outside child. He got this man got him outside of his marriage. And he is a little bit unhinged. As I said, he's a cleanup guy. But he has his eye on Parker, and let me tell you this. It just was such a beautiful story. It's a little bit slow. Parker was like, oh, she has to be bratty because guess what? She didn't want to get married. She's doing the most, and she has to pop out because guess what? She has to be defiant. And Shooter was like, if you're gonna be defiant, I'm just gonna crash your party. Just as you started. By every way it went down, he was there. They end up falling for each other, and the story ends right there. I would definitely give it a 3.5 if I was giving a star. 3.5. Love the story. I just feel like it could have been longer and be more developed, and you would have gotten more out of the story, but it was okay. Hoop Session. Okay, this is by RBJ, and anybody need to know anything about me right now? This year I decided that one of the three authors that I want to actually try out is RBG work. And I've tried, this is probably the fourth book I've read for her. Four books so far, not fourth book. Hoop Session is not the fourth book. I think it's about the third book. This follows Givens and Mercy, and anybody knows this is a basketball. Mercy is the basketball of the family. Givens is the bad boy of the league, and he has his eye on Mercy for a good minute. Let me tell you, when Mercy and Given's love story is coming together, and when everybody's telling him pyrite hood, telling him that no, the girl is not sane, leave her alone. Everybody was like, oh no, she's not about that life. Mercy looks so innocent. And that's where it all goes on. When Mercy ready to crash out, Mercy was crashing out. I love the scene when they came into his bedroom and letting him know that yeah, you could have died here. One person have a axe, another person have their blades out. I mean, like it was such a moment. Given was like, my girl was really about that life. I love the story. It's telling, Gibbons has his daughter trying to get her into a camp, that mercy camp actually, and the story developed from there being having problems with the baby mama and the daughter for loving Mercy from day one. She wants to be a basketballer, and it was just a beautiful story. I love how it come across. The deadbeat mom, she got what she deserved. Mercy fall in love with and get her happy ever after, and that's what we want. It was a full 5 star for me, and I'm telling you, the greatest part about this book is that it has another book. It has Hood Legacy, but I read Hood Legacy before I read Hood Session. Now we move on to Hood Legacy. This is following Legacy and Asin story. Asin is the team doctor that Mercy and Legacy is on. You know, the queens and the kings. Yes. So Legacy is a basketballer, best friend to Mercy, but also she's not about that life. She was grown in suburbia, suburbs. I would definitely say. So girl was calling, just seeing Hood, which is Asin, and Legacy's story come together where he's like, everybody knows that Legacy's off everybody's radar because she's already taken, except for she. She's the only one that doesn't know that she's taken already by Asin. I love the story, how they come together. It was mad crazy. One thing with RBJ books, you're going to laugh. Because why is it that the girl they break into her house, would break into her house and she's like, okay, she gonna call police. And when she called police, it's her friend answering the call. It was crazy. Love the story. It comes down to the team doctor falling for a player. She's having a stalker issue from her previous team coming here. Now she has Hood and he's protecting what is his by all means necessary. When we all find the twist and the turn, I mean, like, RJ put her pen game in that one. I love her books. As I said, you cannot read RBJ books and not have a good laugh. The story is on point. Love it, love it. It was another 5 star for me. The other book is Chrome and Zinc. I think this is a very short story for me actually, but it's the Black Metal Gang series, which it has Chrome and Zinc. This is the age gap story, and I would say it's a reverse age gap story. Normally it's the male that is older. No, this one is the females are older. So you have in the first one, which is Chrome, you have Chrome and Kasha's story. Kasha is getting a divorce and finally moved to a new place, and as she moved into the new place, she's on here just saw somebody's beating the crap out of somebody behind her shop, and she's not about that life. She called the cops, or about to call the cops, and everybody was like, "Why would you call the cops?" But Chrome actually saw something and and he went after it. She was fighting the whole thing because she was older. She was not supposed to be in love with the younger guy. And then she was dealing with her daughter. Her daughter had a crush on Chrome also. But Chrome did not even see her at this point in time. All it was all about was Kasha. With the third act breakup kind of situation with Dawn. But it's neither here nor there. It's a lovely little story. I love the age gap when done this way. Reverse. He's showing that he's mature and he can take on her responsibilities. And he was more mature in this situation. Well, we go to Zinc, which is Namari and Oxen's story, which is Oxen is um Kasha friend that they actually moved to this new place where Namari and Chrome are friends. Namari, which is Zinc, is the second in command to Chrome, which is the head of Chrome is the head of the biker gang, and Zinc is the second. Love the story. It was crazy though. She's a dancer. He has childhood traumas. Find out that his girl was doing dancing. They end up breaking up, or he's not talking to her, and baby girl was not having it. She crashed out at this point in time. I mean, there was so many little things. But they ended up back together and live happily ever after. It was just a short story. Loved it. This was a new author to me, Connie Eastern. I think that's how Connie is. I just know that Connie, she did really good. I definitely gonna try couple more of her books in her catalog. Definitely. One Night Only by Zuri by El Kelson. And everybody knows this. El Kelson is a Demon's dream writer, and she is crazy. This one was a paranormal, and it follows Zuri and Malachi's story. Definitely, it's a paranormal story. Malachi was in love with Zuri from high school. He is a shifter, and something happened where he had to leave her, and because of that, Zuri is upset with him. She doesn't have any business going on with anybody, and she was about to be engaged to this guy. It was not. It was just a bunch of stuff going on with that guy. I don't know. It just didn't seem like a good love match. She ended up taking this invitation, going to this place, and when she go there, she ended up seeing Malachi. They patch up their little life together, and they get on. It's a very short story. Loved it. One thing with this, I definitely could see the potential if it was actually a longer story, getting into it. Yeah, but it was a short story, was a novella, so we had to work with what we got. But no, we go to the big guns though. Quasim 3. I've been waiting on this book to release for like couple weeks now. The girlies on TikTok and Facebook was going crazy. We're waiting on it. It delivered. And I'm glad the book finished and we got to see the happily ever after for Quasim and Blair, especially for Blair. I love what Jack J did with this book. You know, Quasim was getting back into his whole in his going back into himself. Blair was not having it. The girl put her foot down. I said, listen, I'm going to leave this. You know what? Go leave because I'm not going to do this again with you. I have a baby on the way and I have my son to think about. You're not coming to destroy all of this. It's either you're going to get yourself together and let me in, or we can be co-parent. Cousin got his stuff together. They live happily ever after again. No, this book has been on my TBR from last year from a reader called Akatar. The same author that I wrote Akatar, I'm reading the Throne of Glass series. I already completed 3 books in June. I'm on the other books. So far, I like what I'm reading. I'm a big fantasy girl when it's done properly, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Is that you already have characters that I dislike to the very core, to the very core of me. The Third of Glass is not for the weak because it's a big series, has like couple books well. But I'm getting through it and hopefully I finish reading all of it and I can give a full review on it. I love what I'm reading so far. So those I've read. Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Hair of Fire. Those are the 3 books that I've read so far. And I'm already on, I read Assassin Blade, I'm starting Assassin Blade. But as I said, the series is going good so far, and I love it. I love what I'm reading so far. And when fantasy is done in this way, it is amazing. I love the pen. I love the writing so far. And I can only say good things. So I've done 10 books for June. Comment down below some of the books that you have read in June. If you and comment if you have read any of the books that I've read. Tell me if you can drop spoilers for Throne of Glass because it won't spoil it for me. For all the person that read Throne of Glass, is what was it for you like? What was it? What was it like for you to be reading through a glass? Did you like Cheo or Kale? I think that's what his name is pronounced. Um, I just have mixed feelings. So comment below about the books that you have read in June. If you have read any books that I have read, I want to recommend any books that I need to read because I've read a particular type of book. Um, and if you actually like Urn of Glass. So, guys, until next time, bye.